what Luka's return to Dallas meant for him, the Mavs, the Lakers, and the NBA playoffs. The first question for many NBA fans after the Dallas Mavericks shockingly traded Luka Dončić to the Los Angeles Lakers on February 2nd was simple. When do the Lakers next play in Dallas? The answer, April 9th, a 9-week wait for what ultimately would become one of the most anticipated regular season games. Sure, the Mavericks already had traveled to face Dončić and his new team on March 1st, a 109-104 Lakers victory. But Wednesday night's contest at American Airlines Center was the league's must-see event of the second half. Dončić, the crowd in Dallas, and both teams met the moment, and the Mavericks' former star reminded his former franchise why fans held protests and even a symbolic funeral after the trade. Behind 45 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, Dončić led the Lakers to a 112-97 win, clinching a playoff spot for Los Angeles in the process. Following an emotional pregame intro, Dončić poured in 31 first-half points as the crowd erupted with each touch. From what the atmosphere was like inside the arena to what the Mavericks can do in the offseason and what this victory might mean for the Lakers' playoff chances, our ESPN insiders tackle the biggest questions from Dončić's first game back in Dallas. 1. The atmosphere in Dallas on Wednesday was emotional, electrifying, and extremely awkward at times. Tears flowed down Dončić's cheeks as the Mavericks tribute video for him played before his turn in pregame introductions. He's still clearly getting over the heartbreak after suddenly being shipped away from the city he hoped would be his NBA home forever. That was a sentiment shared by the vast majority of folks who filled American Airlines Center. That included Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki, who attended his first Dallas home game since the Dončić trade. The only other NBA game Nowitzki has watched in person since February 1st? His buddy Dončić's Lakers debut in Los Angeles. A small percentage of the fans wore the white giveaway t-shirts with Hvala za vse, thanks for everything, in Slovenian, printed on the front. Many more sported Dončić's number 77 jerseys, from Mavs to Slovenia to Lakers editions. Others donned shirts expressing their frustration with Dallas general manager Nico Harrison, the man primarily responsible for Dončić's undesired departure. Fire Nico chants were frequent, beginning with the first dead ball 4 seconds after the opening tip as Harrison stood in a midcourt tunnel. On the other hand, Dončić was showered with love and adoration as he lit up the franchise he hoped he belonged to forever. Tim McMahon. 2. The biggest lesson to take away from this game is, it is counterintuitive, but this was the night when Dončić became a Laker. His team totally was devoted to uplifting him and protecting him and rallying around him. It was not a hostile environment, obviously, and that made it feel different than other players in return games. But that didn't mean Dončić wasn't vulnerable. It was the most vulnerable he has ever been in his basketball career, and he knew it. He knew it in the same way he knew to ask for a towel when the pre-tip-off video started playing because he knew how he would respond to it. And the Lakers collectively experienced a performance that absolutely elevated their bond as a team. Dončić is still going to have a temper. He's still going to curse out referees and fans. But his connection with his team is what changed Wednesday night. He felt it, too, when he told ESPN's Lisa Salters on the floor after the game, "It's time to move on." The Lakers still have roster challenges, though once again, J.J. Redick had a swarming game plan aimed at crowding Anthony Davis and ignoring less feared players on the perimeter that helped cover up LA's size issues. And just because the Lakers had this memorable evening doesn't mean they're headed for a storybook ending, but it was potentially a foundational moment to build from, one that could be remembered as a crucial building block to bigger moments in the Lakers' future. Brian Windhorst. 3. Luka's performance in Dallas was everything we could have hoped. Capturing the moment, Dončić shifted quickly from shedding tears to raining threes. He had 3 makes from beyond the arc in each of the first 2 quarters en route to 31 points, his most in a half with the Lakers. Dončić's scoring pace predictably slowed after halftime. That showcased the value of his partnership with LeBron James, who tallied 14 of his 27 points in the fourth quarter as the Lakers opened up a double-digit lead. Down the stretch, Dončić took over again, scoring 7 consecutive points for LA starting at the 3:30 mark, before leaving to a standing ovation with 45 points. Dončić needed just 28 shot attempts, plus 9 foul shots, to get there. Add in 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals, and Dončić's 48.1 game score was his second highest this season, per basketball-reference.com. Mavericks fans have witnessed so many of these incandescent performances from Dončić, making it bittersweet to see one in his return. Per ESPN research, Dončić joined Wilt Chamberlain 1964-65 campaign as just the second player in NBA history to score at least 45 points both for and against the same team in the same season. Kevin Pelton. 4. The biggest offseason priorities for Dallas are getting back a healthy Kyrie Irving, using their lottery pick, and, once again, exploring trades. Other than the veteran's minimum exception, Dallas does not have money to spend in free agency. What it does have is 3 first-round picks and 12 players earning between $2 million and $16 million available to trade. Is that enough to potentially bring in Kevin Durant to team up with Irving and Anthony Davis? Because the Mavs are projected to be a first apron team, they would need to trade at least 4 players and still remain below the apron. A tall task considering Irving, Durant, and Davis would earn a combined $150 million. But Nico Harrison has a track record of big moves. The roster that finishes the 2025-26 season could look very different than the one in October. Since taking over basketball operations in June 2021, Harrison has made 16 trades and has continually searched for the right combination of players to win a championship. The lone players remaining from the Mavs' 2022 Western Conference Finals team are Dwight Powell and Spencer Dinwiddie. Bobby Marks. 5. In the playoffs, the Dončić-led Lakers can go ___________. As far as their offense takes them. When Luka Dončić, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves share the court, the Lakers score a scorching 119.5 points per 100 possessions, which ranks in the 83rd percentile of all lineups league-wide per cleaning the glass. But that trio allows an even higher 121.8 points per 100 possessions, which ranks in the 8th percentile. Despite a midseason surge and better defensive effort, the new-look Lakers are unlikely to actually slow down the best opposing offenses in the playoffs. But if Dončić, James, and Reeves can all click together, particularly as they gain more experience playing off each other, they'll make up all those points and more on the other end. Breaking news from Shams Charania. Download the ESPN app and enable Shams Charania's news alerts to receive push notifications for the latest updates first. Opt in by tapping the alerts bell in the top right corner. For more information, click here. The playoff bracket could end up favoring the Lakers, who are the favorites to land the West's number 3 seed, and therefore won't have to face the Thunder until the conference finals. But at the same time, potential first-round matchups against the Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, or Timberwolves could prove challenging. It wouldn't be a surprise to see the Lakers lose in the first round, because the West is so stuffed with dangerous teams up and down the playoff field. But it also wouldn't be a surprise to see the Lakers win a series, then knock off an inexperienced Rockets squad in the second round and even challenge the Thunder, whom LA blew out in Oklahoma City on Sunday, then pushed in a competitive game Tuesday during the conference finals. A team with 2 of the best players in the league is inherently an NBA Finals contender, especially when they're both such dynamic creators with ample experience tormenting playoff defenses. Zach Cram.